Okay, good morning. This week we're going to play with a little fire underground. As you can see, I already dug the hole because otherwise this would be about a 15-minute video and I don't want to bore everybody to death. So I dug a hole in the ground. I laid my soapstone on the corner after I dug a little shelf next to the hole. And as you can see here, we have a hole that goes down to the fire and you can see the smoke coming out. Unfortunately, the smoke is coming out everywhere because I suck at this, but it works. And this morning we're going to cook a little bit of steaks on the stone. Got them from a deer, a Himalayan deer no less, but on account I found them Himalayan on the side of the road at 4:30 this morning on the way home from work. Nah, just kidding. And we have our little mucket, or the corn broiler. For heating it up. We have a little chaga in there starting to brew up, and that'll be a good drink after we have a little bit of steak. Soapstone seems to conduct the heat pretty darn well. As you can see, it's only been on here maybe a couple minutes. We're already starting to get a little browning to the steak, which we're probably just going to sear this and have it for breakfast. Or maybe not. And a little bit of dirt never hurt anybody. You eat a pound of dirt a year whether you like it or not. So, fairly simply made. And yes, I did make the fire with flint and steel. I try to use hardwood for the fire because that tends to be less smoke than the softer woods such as pine and poplar. But the heat will conduct right up through. As you can see, the whole stone is pretty warm. But the heat will conduct up through that hole, and you can see a little bit of smoke coming out of it. And it'll cook your breakfast. And when you're done, you just pull your steaks, literally, and pull the steaks for your corn broiler and fill the hole back in after you douse it down good, because if there's any roots under there, you dry the roots out and you can actually char the roots and start them on fire underground. So we're taking extra precautions today to make sure the fire is out. Now the mucket and also a small brass pot was common to be carried with traveling hunters and trappers. And especially in the fall when they were in their hunting lands, they would carry a few more utensils than they normally would. Mostly to cook and process their meats to bring back down to the village to finish processing for the winter. I have my trusty hand-forged Tomahawk. God only knows when that was made. I have no idea, but it's pretty cool. And if you look at the handle on the Tomahawk, it's pretty interesting. The red color could almost give it away if you thought about it. Somebody loved this so much that they used a rung from a ladder to make a new handle. As you can see, I've got my flint and steel kit. Got the striker, got the flint. We have char cloth, which is very easy to make. You take cotton cloth, put it in a can, and set it in a fire. Usually the paint cans, the old metal paint cans, the tin cans, you poke a hole in the top of the can, and you use a roofing nail to close off, to stick in the hole actually. And you put your cotton cloth in the can and set it right into a fire. Now you'll see smoke weeping out that little hole because the roofing nail does not completely close off that little hole. You watch that smoke. The smoke is the telltale. When that smoke stops coming out the hole, that means your char cloth is done. And you can pull it off the fire, let it cool, then open it up and use your char cloth to catch your spark. Now this here is what they call a tobacco tin or a Tinder tin. And it does open up. It's a little tight because it's brand new, which I hate buying brand new stuff, but it's also something that we will use. And you can see your little magnifying glass. Now the magnifier you can use to start a fire. So you have flint and steel, and you have a magnifier to start your fire. And if the sun is out, obviously you're resorting to flint and steel. And on a side note, don't build your fire underneath a tree with snow on it, because if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. All right, we're well on our way to breakfast here. We're doing pretty good. One side's a little warmer than the other, as to be expected, but there we are, folks. A little bit of cooking on a stone this morning. And remember, it's a soapstone. Be careful what stones you use. Okay. I hope you all enjoy your day. Get out there, start a fire in the ground, throw a soapstone down, and toss some steaks on it. And don't worry about the dirt. It's good for you. Have a good day.